Hello everyone, welcome to the final episode of Journey to the Ark, episode 10, in which I'll be reviewing Fragments and Broadcast. Yes, unfortunately, this is the final episode, the finale. And if you don't know why this is the finale, I suggest you go and watch the previous video I uploaded called Ending Journey to the Ark. I'll explain in that video, or I did explain, fully why I'm ending the series here. However, while this video lasts, I promise to make it the best episode of the entire series. I promise to go in-depth, show you all the examples of what I talk about, and just make it compelling and spectacular. Plus, at the end, I'll finally tell you who I think Totheark is, and who all the characters are, and maybe just, my overall predictions for the final season of Marble Hornets, which will begin on March 10th, as far as I know. So, let's begin. The first response today is Fragments, so here it is. This one was pretty short. I believe the person in the picture is Alex, mainly because of the glasses, and I can kind of just tell. The fact that the picture is ripped up maybe is showing that Alex is broken, mentally or physically. Also, having two blank pieces of the picture as his eyes in the final rearrangement is kind of unsettling, and that's well done, in my opinion. This is yet another reason to believe that Totheark is an evildoer, or just some sort of villain in the series, because he's being very mocking towards Alex here, saying, "You are broken, you cannot be fixed," or at least I'm paraphrasing that. So there isn't too much to mention when it comes to this response, but it is a fairly interesting one. Next is Broadcast. Here it is. From what I can tell, the distorted voice is saying something along the lines of, "Enjoying watching you suffer. Do you know me? I will always know you." Again, that's fairly disturbing and intimidating. I can't tell what the picture is exactly. However, maybe because it's flickering around a little bit, maybe it's underwater. It almost looks like there are waves on top of it. And along the edges, there appear to be trees. However, one section of the edge of this blue blob looks almost to be the shape of a human head and upper body. So those are the final two Totheark responses I'll be reviewing in the entire series. But the episode isn't over. I'll give you my thoughts on Marble Hornets as a whole, and of course my predictions. First and most important, I'm going to tell you who I think Totheark is. Now, I'll be upfront, I think Totheark is a combination of two people. Two people we've already seen in the series. Of course, Masky, who is Tim, and also this guy. Some people call him Hoodie, and I guess I'll call him that too. The reason I think Hoodie is part of Totheark is mainly because of the second most recent Totheark video. Side note. I'll pause it at a certain point. Right here. That looks to me like the outline of a hood, if I ever saw one. More evidence that leads me to believe this is that for a few seconds, or at least a split second, in entry 42, while Alex is walking around towards the beginning of it, you see a figure sitting against a tree. And I know it's very hard to tell because of how minuscule it is, but it almost looks like he's wearing a beige hoodie, just like Hoodie does. And also, entry 41, in which Hoodie walks around with the camera and puts it in the car, takes place at the same time as entry 42. So that also suggests that Hoodie should be around somewhere at that time. Now, as for who do I think Hoodie is, I couldn't tell you, but my instinct would be to go with Brian, because I don't think Brian is dead, first of all, because that seems like kind of a waste of a character. He appeared in all of 2 entries so far in the series, entries 7 and 51. But don't quote me on that, that's not something I'm very sure about. And finally, my second prediction. Now, this isn't much of a prediction as much as it is just a storyline or a plot point. I believe that I have determined a lot of Slender Man's past. Entry 38, which many people determine as useless and boring, I find to be a very important entry. Most of the time, Alex is giving a speech to Jay about how the townspeople around the woods they're walking in would put criminals and rapists and people in the woods and tie them against the trees, and never really feed them or anything, and just let their limbs stretch out as the trees grew. Now, maybe that's why Slender Man is so tall, and his limbs are so long. Maybe he was one of the criminals who was tied against the trees. That's all I have to say about that. Those are my predictions. That's the final episode of Journey to the Ark. I really hope you found that enlightening, and I really hope you enjoyed it, and the entire series. You know, Unraveling Candle Cove and Journey to the Ark are really the things that have made me who I am on YouTube and gotten me at least 2/3 of my subscribers. And, you know, if my whole YouTubing filming career doesn't work out, I'm not really sure what else I want to do. So, thank you for watching this and watching any of my videos. Just by watching them, you're supporting me and making me more likely to fulfill my hopeful destiny. So, thank you again. And remember, I plan to post some more Marble Hornets related things on my second channel, Celza 2. I'll give you another link to that. So, I hope to see you there, and I hope to see you watching my other videos in the future. If not, then thank you for watching this whole series, and I'll see you around.